Hello, good evening, everybody. Today, I wanted to finish the month off. We were talking about stress in September, and tonight I just wanted to kind of finish that off with a little talk about self-care. So, let's begin with this. As women, I think that a lot of times we forget to take care of ourselves, right? We're always taking care of our people at work, people at home, our social responsibilities, and we don't seem to fit in time for ourselves. So tonight I wanted to just give you a few ways to manage that day to day, and maybe you'll be able to see ways to fit self-care into every day of your lives, right? So one thing I wanted to go over is one way is to block out some time for self-care in your schedule. So we can sometimes we'll just go and take a walk, or maybe a hot bath or things like that. I know we discussed that in the group a little bit, but it's good to just, I think, block out more time than just that. So maybe it's call a girlfriend or meet a friend for coffee, and more so to interact, I think, with other people is something that's really good to do for ourselves. And I realize you probably can't block out time like that every single day, but that's just one way I'm thinking. Hi, Jane. Thanks for joining me tonight. So another way we can have self-care in our everyday lives is to enjoy our favorite hobbies. So maybe your hobby is trying out a new recipe. I know that for me, cooking is a way that I love to cook. So to be in the kitchen is self-care for me because I just really enjoy it. So it could be that. Maybe you like to paint. Maybe you like to read. So those are a couple of ideas for you to have self-care for yourself. And then another one that I read this in an article. I thought it was odd at first, but bear with me on this one. And this one was make note of the compliments you receive. So maybe have like a little file or folder or something, or maybe just in your head if you remember things. Just like, so if somebody gives you a compliment, or maybe you get a thank you note, or it could even just maybe be an email from someone like, hey, thanks so much for helping me out. And so what I want you to do is think about all these things, these compliments and thank you notes that people will give to you for helping them out. And then maybe you're trying, like one day you're like, oh, this is such a terrible day. I'm not, maybe things are getting to you at work or home, and then you have all these negative thoughts, right? Well, if you can focus, then just try to focus on, like, go through your file maybe, oh, but remember this, I got thanked for this. Oh, it's not so bad, right? Because you have like this little folder of all the compliments that people have given you. I thought that was kind of cool. At first I was like, a compliment folder, like what do they mean? But I get it. I really get it, because we do a lot of times have negative thoughts, and we really need to pivot ourselves away from that so that we can relieve the stress in our lives, right? And take good care of ourselves. Okay, so number 4 was remove clutter. I don't know about you guys, but when I have clutter in my life, I get so anxious, and it's really not, I'm not taking care of myself. I don't make enough time to remove the clutter, whatever that is in your life. It could be maybe your kitchen cabinets get overflowed and you're like, oh, I just can't stand it, but you don't want to take like that half an hour, or maybe it's your refrigerator, or maybe it's your office. For me, it's my office. My office has, papers all over the place, and it's actually been making me a little anxious. So I know that I'm going to have to take at least an hour on the weekend and get some of that clutter filed away or thrown away or whatever it needs to be done. So I really do believe that that's a way to take care of myself, because if it's making me anxious, then it's no good to be in my life, right? And then the final one that I wanted to talk about was to do a selfish act. So that's, just maybe doing just something for yourself that makes you happy, and not something that makes other people in your life, happy. And I think that a lot of times, like I said earlier, us as women, we're always trying to make our families happy because, a happy wife is a happy home. We've heard that before. But so it's true. So we really need to make ourselves happy. And I don't know about you guys, but when my kids were little, my focus was on them and it wasn't on me enough. And a lot of the anxiety came through that. So, so that's it for tonight. Those are just the 5 ways that I thought might be helpful to you, to try to fit the self-care in. And one little announcement I'm going to make right now is I am going to be hosting an event. It's going to be online, an online Facebook event. And I'm going to be having it about a week from tonight, a week in a few days. I'll put it in the group. Make sure you guys get invites to it. And we're going to be focusing a lot on toxins in our personal care products, how it affects our hormones, and thus by affecting our hormones, it ends up really affecting our anxiety and depression. So that's it for tonight, and I hope you have a great week. I will see you in the group. Bye for now.